Hello, my name is Samuel Bautista Lasso. I'm from Teotitlan del Valle, and I've lived in this house pretty much all my life. I was born here, and since I was born, my parents were already making rugs. And since they were born, their parents were already making rugs. This tradition, dates back all the way to the beginnings of culture. 10,000 years ago, when our ancestors were domesticating corn near the caves of Mitla in Guilana Kids. So Teotitlan, it's a village of weavers. There's 7,500 people living here, and 85 to 90% of them are weavers. It's something we grow up with. I often joke and I say that I probably learned how to weave before I learned how to ride a bicycle, because we learn at a really young age. I remember using the back frame of a chair to just start weaving little raggy rugs that we would show off at school, with our friends, and everybody was in the same team. So it's amazing. We use different natural dyes, such as cochineal, which is a bug that grows on a cactus. You need 155,000 bugs to make a pound of dye. That means harvesting around 100 leaves of the cactus, of the prickle pear cactus. And cochineal, it's a dye that our ancestors were using to paint the pyramids. It could last up to 100 years, even if it is exposed to rain, sunlight, and it was very prized in the 16th century during the colonial times. It was pretty much exchanged for its weight in gold, because red was such a scarce color in Europe. It was only reserved for the royals, the monarchs, and high-ranking generals, cardinals. But in Mexico, there was a plentiful source of cochineal through the cultivation of cactus. We use pecan shells for brown shades. We use wildflowers such as pericon, which grows 10,000 feet above sea level in the high mountains of the Zapotec highlands. And these are a few examples of the natural dyes that our family and our ancestors have preserved to produce the rugs that we weave. This is an example of the weavings we make. This rug was dyed with cochineal, mostly. This was dyed with marigold and pericon, and that one was dyed with indigo and anil. And weaving really has allowed us to preserve a lot of the ancient knowledge and stories. For example, here we have this pattern, which is the pattern that you get when you join your hands in this way, to create community, but also to bring together the left and the right side of your awareness. The left side is called Nahual, which is the energy that we use for dreams and intuition. The right side is called Tonal, the energy that we use for language and logic. One connects us to nature, the other to the universe. And when we unite them in the human body, we're bringing together heaven and earth, literally. And so on this rug, we have the eye of Quetzalcoatl, the eye of God, this diamond pattern that we have in all of our weavings here. It comes from the skin of the rattlesnake. The snake represents the ancient wisdom of our ancestors because it walks with its full body on the ground. It represents that grounding with the earth. When the snake sheds its skin, it represents the renewal and the knowledge that's passed from generation to generation. They say that from the navel below, we have our legs and our reproductive organs that grounds us to the planet. From the navel above, we have the bird energy, the spiritual energy that wants to fly away to the heavens. And when we unite the bird and the snake into this diamond pattern, we can see the world through Quetzalcoatl's eye. And then wisdom comes to us in the form of a butterfly, which is often stylized in this form. So all these weavings, all these designs tell different stories, different teachings that has been passed from generation to generation. Our ancestors knew, Those pyramids that they built could be destroyed. The books they wrote were burnt. But the knowledge, the stories we have preserved is indestructible. As long as we keep sharing them, they will survive.